Ladies and gentlemen, there's a quiet truth that whispers behind every great success story. It's not about luck or even just hard work. It's about mindset. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve lies in the way they think every single day. Imagine this. Two people standing at the same starting line. One sees obstacles, the other sees opportunities. One doubts their worth, the other believes deeply in their ability to create value. What separates them is not intelligence, talent, or resources. It's a decision, a powerful, unshakable decision to think like a millionaire before ever becoming one. The millionaire mindset's not born from money. It's forged in the fire of clarity, purpose, and responsibility. It begins with the choice to believe that you are the architect of your own life, not a victim, not a bystander. You are the creator. Ask yourself what would happen if you stopped waiting for permission. What would shift if you started acting as if success were already yours? Because the truth is, your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and a vividly imagined future. The more clearly you see your goals, the more emotionally you feel them, the more your subconscious goes to work, aligning your thoughts, your energy, and your actions to match that vision. But this isn't just about positive thinking. It's about aligned thinking. Millionaire minds don't just dream big. They plan, they act, and they adapt. They take 100% responsibility for their outcomes. No blaming, no excuses. When something doesn't work, they don't see failure, they see feedback. They learn, they pivot, and they keep moving forward with even more determination. They understand that belief is a muscle, one you build by showing up every single day for your vision, even when no one believes in you, even when you don't have the results yet, especially then. And there's something else. Millionaire minds don't chase money, they chase value. They ask, how can I serve? How can I solve problems? How can I elevate others? Because they know that wealth is not the cause, it is the effect. It's the natural result of providing massive value to the world. And that value starts from within, with discipline, passion, and a deep commitment to growth. Now let's be real. There will be fear, there will be doubts. That inner voice will whisper, who do you think you are? But the millionaire mind answers back, I am the one who decides what's possible for me. If you want to change your life, change your story, stop repeating the narratives that keep you small. Rewrite the script. Instead of saying, I can't, ask, how can I? Instead of saying, this is hard, say, this is a challenge I'm rising to. The greatest shift happens the moment you realize that your future is not something you find, it's something you create. With every decision, every belief, every action. Right here, right now. You don't need to wait to have $1 million to think like someone who does. Start now, dream boldly, show up relentlessly, serve generously, and trust without a shadow of a doubt that you were born to rise. Because the moment you own that fully, unapologetically, is the moment the world begins to reflect it back to you, not as a fantasy, but as your reality. There's something extraordinary about the power of the human mind, the way it can either limit us or launch us. Before a single dollar is made, before any business takes off, before any dream materializes into reality, everything begins with a thought. That's the birthplace of every achievement. The mind, the way we think, shapes the way we live. The lens through which we see the world determines the actions we take and the results we create. It's not some mystical idea, it's cause and effect. When you observe those who've built wealth, true wealth, not just in their bank accounts, but in their confidence, clarity, and freedom, you'll find a common thread. They think differently. While most people are reacting to life, those with a millionaire mindset are creating life. They don't see circumstances as fixed. They don't allow the external world to dictate their internal state. They lead with intention, they decide what they want, and they align their energy with that vision every single day. Thoughts are not harmless, they are seeds, and like any seed, what you plant you will grow, whether it's doubt or belief, scarcity or abundance, fear or faith. That's why the starting point of building the millionaire mindset is awareness. Noticing what you're thinking and asking yourself, is this thought moving me closer to the life I want or further away from it? Because every thought sends a signal to the universe and every belief lays the foundation for your future. There's a profound idea that says, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And who you are is shaped by what you believe to be true. If you want to elevate your life, you must first elevate your mind. And that means choosing thoughts that are bold, thoughts that are empowering, thoughts that pull you toward action rather than hesitation. It means conditioning your mind like an athlete trains their body daily with discipline and focus. The greatest transformations in life don't come from outside. They come from within. Shift your thoughts and you shift your energy and you shift your outcomes. That's the secret, that's the power. And the moment you choose to take control of your thinking, to rewire your beliefs, and to feed your mind with clarity and conviction is the moment you stop living by chance and start living. There's a turning point in every person's life when they stop pointing fingers at the world and start looking inward. That moment that shift, is where the journey to true success begins. Those who cultivate the mindset of a millionaire all have one thing in common. They take complete and total responsibility for their lives. Not partial, not conditional, full ownership, no matter what. It's easy to blame. It's easy to say, I would have made it if my boss wasn't so difficult, or if only I had more support, more money, more time. But those thoughts keep you stuck. They rob you of your power. When you blame circumstances, you give away the steering wheel of your life and sit in the passenger seat, hoping someone else will drive you to your dreams. That's not how millionaires think. They say, if it's to be, it's up to me. That's not a burden, it's ultimate freedom. This way of thinking is not about guilt or shame. It's about power. When you take responsibility, you claim the ability to change anything. You stop reacting and start creating. You realize that while you can't always control what happens, you can always control how you respond. And that response makes all the difference. It's the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Every setback, every disappointment, every detour, it becomes fuel, not an excuse, because you understand that nothing has the power to define you unless you allow it. This mindset allows you to rise from any fall and learn from any failure. They're too busy looking for solutions. They don't dwell on what went wrong. They ask, what can I learn? How can I grow? What's the next move? They understand that taking responsibility isn't a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle, a commitment, a way of showing up to life with courage, clarity, and control. When you embrace this way of thinking, something shifts inside you. You stop waiting to be rescued. You stop looking for approval. And you start showing up like the leader of your life, because that's exactly what you are. And in that space, you become unstoppable.